Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's experience, I'm going to make some stuffed garlic rolls in the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven. I got this recipe from a couple different recipes online that I looked at, so we'll see if this works out. This is definitely just a trial run, and I always like to let you guys know when it's a trial run. So without further ado, let's get on to it. In my mixing bowl, I am adding warm milk. Made sure it's heated up to around 110 degrees. Adding some instant yeast and some sugar. I will include measurements for all these in the description. Next, you want to whisk it. Adding bread flour, salt, and butter. Put the bowl on the mixer. I have the dough hook attachment installed. Lowering the mixer, run it on low speed for 1 minute. In this time, you may have to scrape down the sides a little bit. Switch to medium speed to let it knead for 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, turn it off, and it should come off the dough hook fairly easily, okay? If it sticks all over it, then you probably need to add a little bit more flour. But even touching it just a little bit, my hands don't really have a lot of dough on them. Remove your bowl. You want to lightly oil a bowl. I'm using a mister, makes it easier. Remove the dough and go ahead and turn it around in the bowl to make sure it's got a decent covering of oil. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap. Next, go ahead and wake up the Max. Go to oven mode, go to proof. I'm setting the time for 1 hour and 15 minutes and changing the temperature to 105 and starting her up. The dough has been in the Max for about 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and remove it now. And definitely has at least doubled in size, perhaps a little more. You want to go ahead and kind of lightly flour your work area. Go ahead and turn the dough out. And it looks a little bit moist, but at the same time it's not sticking to my hands, so that's a good thing. Next, you want to try to divide it up into 8 equal pieces. They don't have to be perfect. I'm going to split this aside because I have some other plans. I went ahead and weighed these 4 out. They're exactly 50 grams. You don't have to do that. You could just kind of eyeball it, but I like to be a little bit precise. And I'm just going to kind of try to get it into a ball and then go ahead and roll it out. You kind of want it to be a little bit rounded. It's my first time doing this, so it's probably not going to be perfect. Apply some marinara sauce. I'm using whole milk mozzarella cheese. Gonna add a couple slices of pepperoni. The first one didn't come out great, so I'm going to try it again. I didn't roll this one as thin. Maybe that'll help, because the first one leaked sauce a little bit, but you want to kind of fold them up. And you want to make sure to pinch it so that it'll try to keep the sauce in. Like I said, this is my first time ever trying this, so practice makes perfect, and it may take a couple tries, you know. But you want to try to get it into a ball. And hopefully none of the sauce is leaked out. So right now I got them on a baking tray on parchment paper. I'm going to cover this up and let them rest for an additional 20 minutes. While the dough is finishing proofing, I'm going to go ahead and crack an egg, scramble it up. Starting up again, oven mode, leave it on bake. Set the time a little bit extra. Set the temperature at 340 and start her up. That's what I'm looking at. And yeah, they did just leak a little bit. Nothing too major, but a little bit. I'm not going to be too overly concerned. Like I said, it is my first time. This one really didn't leak at all. That's interesting. Next, what you want to do is take scrambled egg, mix, and totally brush it on. This will help give a nice brown color. The max is now up to temperature. I'm going to go ahead and insert into the regular bake to position. And I'm going to set the time for 25 minutes, although it may only take 20 minutes. Just kind of keep an eye on them, make sure they don't burn. Next, I'm going to go ahead and melt 35 grams of butter. Next, I melted the butter and mixed in 5 cloves of garlic. Give that a little bit of a stir. It's looking like the ones in the back are getting a little bit more done, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate the tray. Oh yeah, a few of those oozed out, except for the one that I thought was good, and that one's still looking pretty good. We're on the last minute now, and they're looking pretty done. I think I'm going to pull them out. Time to brush them with some garlic butter. After all, they are garlic rolls. Put a little Parmesan cheese on top of each one. And then a dash of parsley. A couple of these look like they may have turned out okay. A little bit burnt on the bottom, which does happen with parchment paper sometimes. Not too terribly bad though, but they are a little bit burnt on the bottom. This one does look the best. I'm going to go ahead and cut this open. There's a look at the inside. And yeah, it looks like the pepperoni and sauce are right at the bottom and it's a little thicker on top. So I'm going to have to perfect this a little bit. Let's go back up top and I'll sample it with you guys. Welcome back, everybody. That was an attempt at making stuffed garlic rolls. I don't know how good they're going to be, but I'm certainly going to try. Here we go. Okay. They may not be the best looking because my skills at folding them up are not the best, but taste-wise, they taste bomb. Good amount of garlic. I get the pizza sauce, the mozzarella, the pepperoni. It's all there. Tell you what, I'm definitely going to make these again sometime and come back and try to perfect it a little bit better. But for now, there you go. There's my attempt at stuffed garlic rolls. One more bite. Very tasty indeed. If your baking skills are better than mine, you'll probably have no problem with this recipe and handling business on it. But like I said, I'll come back and try it again at a future date. So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode of stuffed garlic rolls in the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or tips that might help me next time, please drop me a line below. I totally love hearing from you guys. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I got all kinds of good things coming up. So with that said, have a stellar day. Be excellent. And remember me, I am KJ Andio, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.